3 months after the daffodils sprouted in the hard earth over Joseph McGowan's grave, I began being haunted by twos. 2 shoes, 2 chairs on my front porch, 2 eyes in the mirror looking back at me, 2 wheels on the bicycle I rode each evening, circling perfect 2-mile stretches around my little college town. I saw them everywhere, 2 pairs of 2 windows in my now totaled Honda Civic, which I rolled right through 2 mesmerizing red lights hanging off each end of the stoplight wire, 2 4-leaf clovers given to me by an old man on Walnut Avenue, 2 pairs of 2 leaves on 2 clovers passed between 2 pairs of hands and 10 pairs of fingers. I began to start my days later and end them earlier. There was too much to notice, too many pairs to take in, and it exhausted me. Late at night, near the halfway point on my bike route, little kids in flip-flops and tankini tops would haunt the ice cream shop downtown. And on this particular June Tuesday, a father stood with his little daughter on his shoulders, and she seemed much more interested in pulling at her father's thinning hairline than the chocolate waffle cone they were sharing. She moved her hand back and forth, picking at something invisible, and I realized my hand was moving with hers, mimicking her from down the street, swiping across my handlebars and feeling the divot in Joseph's scalp where the 2 hemispheres of his skull had fused together as a baby. After a moment, I regained my lucidity and in a pit of shame pedaled away. This was all pretty par for the course, though. I had an inexplicable habit of upsetting myself out on these nightly bike rides. I replayed the same memories over and over, and these Xerox copies grew fuzzier and fuzzier until there were merely a few looping frames that summarized the scene. A hand in hair, a hospital bed, a wake, a funeral, repeating until I hardly remembered what it all really looked like. And I knew it wasn't doing me any good to obsess like this. I was even ready to accept some of the platitudes people say when assigned the impossible task of comforting the grieving, that it's all part of a greater plan and there's a meaning to it all that just hasn't been revealed. And I thought that maybe I didn't need it to have any meaning, that I was a realist, that I knew that the hand of God waved left or right and that was that. But when I got home that evening, the fireflies, 6 legs and 2 wings each, were beginning to rise away from their noisy landlocked cricket neighbors, and 2 fluttered their way onto my bike lock. I absent-mindedly brushed them away and in the process crushed them in my hand. And I looked down in horror at the destruction I'd caused, at the 2 lives I'd obliterated, and I wanted to feel some kind of remorse, but they were just 2 little dead fireflies. And for a moment it was a little comforting to imagine that maybe we were just too small, that my own personal tragedy is just a minor footnote in the great big tapestry of human experience. But I couldn't accept that it was small. It was so big to me. It was everything to me. Why couldn't it be everything to everyone else?